An untrained eye might think, I feel like This Is Us is only trying to make us cry. Like, that's the whole goal of this show. But I beg to differ. I think they just keep it too damn real for television. The thing about Deja's story is that it's a story that too many people in this country, in the United States, too many people know that situation firsthand. It's a sad, difficult story to deal with, and This Is Us took it and they showed the good parts, they showed the bad parts. They showed how it can be. And the thing is, Deja's story is not as bad as it gets, because it gets more difficult for a lot of people. As Deja's friend from the foster home that she was in previously said to her, the amount of beds that she's been in, she can't count because she stopped counting them when she was 9 or 6, something like that. Because that happens to so many people, where they lose count of how many foster homes they've been in, how many times they've been taken out of their families' homes. And it's a sad situation, and you have these children who are being abused at home or maybe neglected at home, and then they're put into the foster system, and that neglect or abuse continue, and then they're moved from one home to another. They might end up in a home that they're not being abused, but at that point they've become emotionally scarred, not necessarily damaged, because a lot of them can be fixed. So they're not damaged, they are scarred. And for you to conquer that situation and get to them, it becomes really difficult, which is a situation that we kind of see with Randall and Beth, where they had to break down the walls of anger that Deja had. Because even though Deja spent her entire life taking care of her mother and being the adult in their relationship, she still felt like she should be with her mother, because she has to be there to protect her. Not necessarily that she needs to be there because that's her mom, but she has to be the mom in the situation. Her mom said to Beth, she's always saying to her, I can't live without you. What would I do without you? So that what would I do without you type situation sets up Deja in a situation where she feels trapped. Without her, how would her mom survive? And the perfect example of that, you see her try to pawn her clothes just so that they wouldn't be evicted. And that says a lot about the person that she is inside. And we didn't see that when in the first half of this season of This Is Us. We didn't see that part of Deja. We just kind of see her as someone who is withdrawn from some sort of affection with these new people that she's with, Beth and Randall, of course. And we kind of we knew there was something more to the situation, but we just think, oh, she just misses her mom, and she's been to another foster parent before that treated her badly, and that's the reason why. We didn't get to see that she's always been a protective type person, and she's kind of neglect her own feelings for her mothers or for the people around her. With this episode of This Is Us, you can really feel that the creators were really trying to get a message, like have an open conversation about human interaction overall, and how abuse can be a generational issue. And it's not just Americans, it's about the entire world. We see Deja have a conversation with Randall that somewhat mirrors the conversation between Kevin and his nieces in season 1. The conversation about the painting, where he talks about just people in general as each part of the painting. And here's Deja having a conversation with Randall, and she's talking about how everyone, no matter where you are on this planet, when night comes, you sleep. The fact that everyone sleeps, that is a shared experience that we all have. And for someone like Deja, who can sometimes feel like she's alone because she's a lot of times she's physically alone because her mom is either at work or she's somewhere out and she's lying to her that she's at work, or it could be her emotional state of feeling alone because of her circumstances where she is the adult, or she has to be the adult authority in their relationship. So she feels like a lonely person because no one else can understand her journey, or none of the people who she knows in her life as a child can understand her situation, so she feels somewhat isolated. That whole conversation between her and Randall was just it really closed out the episode. And when we get to see that her mother decide that she needs to go and she can't take Deja, it softens the blow, because we hear her tell Beth that she feels guilty for putting so much stress onto Deja at such a young age, having her always looking out for her. So we kind of get this, we get why she wants to leave, and it's not so much as if she's abandoning her child, but she's doing something for herself that she needs to do in order for her to be a mother, or to do good by Deja. She needs to leave because Beth and Randall would make better parents for her child, and she knows that. It was a fantastic episode, hands down. A brilliant episode. I have to say, like, these young actors in the show, great. They're doing a great job. Deja, Lyric, she is killing it as Deja.